join with the computer. I want to make sure everybody's grades are right because, you know, a lot of times I have not added everything. So we'll do that. All right. So, hey, second period arts foundation. Yeah, second period art foundation. Happy Friday to everybody. I'm going to tell you what your sketch assignment is today. If you go into your announcement section, I have, why am I singing? I have your sketch assignment, your sketchbook assignment here, and obviously your Zoom link. And I can tell my Zoom link's working because we have people in our virtual world. So your sketch for today is to illustrate something small, something very, very small, very, very big. So you're going to take the concept of tiny, something very, very small, but you're going to draw it really big. So, you know, you might even want to draw a box in your sketchbook or something, you know, unless you want to draw the entire page with something large. So you're going to think of something small, ladybug, obviously these push pins, earring backs. I can barely see those anymore when I try to find them. Something very, very, ants, you know, something that's normally very small, candy, like there's little Smarties or whatever, or somehow, you know, somehow can you illustrate something very, very small, really, really big. That's your sketch assignment. And then I've added a new little project because we're all kind of at different paces. Some of us are finishing up our Keith Haring project, but I don't think I have either one of those due until next Tuesday. Remember, and I've been getting some really good Keith Haring projects already uploaded. Remember, you are going to take a social issue and be inspired by Keith Haring's style and create, you know, some sort of like small, tiny little poster that reflects, you know, something that you're passionate about. I came up with something yesterday. I can't even think of what it was, but remember these slideshows here show you how to draw his figures. And also up here, it says how to draw Haring's images. This is a really good tool for everybody virtually at home. You're picking some sort of social issue, you know, is it, you know, world peace, you know, really compassion these days for people, you know, really it could be simply, you know, you draw one figure, you know, handing a flower or handling, I totally forgot about homelessness as a social issue, but it could be one of Keith Haring's figures handing another figure like a bag lunch. We have lots of social issues. You know, it could be this guy right here with his hands up, like what's going on, and maybe he's holding a banner that says 2020 or COVID, or, you know, we have there's a lot you can do with these simple figures and designs to express something. And there's a dog right there. So that is what we've been working on for the last few days. I know I've been getting some really good stuff in, and what I want to talk to you briefly about today, this should be therapeutic for you. This shouldn't be stressful. I try to balance thinking projects such as the social issue with Keith Haring. I try to balance, you know, those type of projects with things that are more technique based. And we're going to look into op art, op art right here. This is nothing hard. This isn't anything. A lot of times it's very similar to our Zen, you know, when we were doing all those Zen doodles, except we're dealing with positive and negative shape. So I'm just going to very briefly tell you about what op art is. Op art was an art movement that originated in the 60s. So I think y'all can kind of think about the 60s, where artists used purely geometric shapes and forms to create art that looked like optical illusions. They gave the viewer the impression or feeling of objects moving, vibrating, warping. I know y'all have seen you know, at different times on computers, or, I mean, you can even look up like hashtag op art on Instagram, or, you know, there's all kinds of trippy, it's even now even way trippier because now you can do digital video and stuff like that, but they're taking very simple shapes and they're moving, or, and op art, you know, just two-dimensionally is taking the idea of positive and negative shape. Op art designs tease the eye, and the eye may have a hard time figuring out where to focus. So like initially when you look at this, you kind of want to go there, but then you're like, you know, then you start looking here and it gives you this illusion that you're kind of going down a little bit of some sort of weird little space, like it never stops. So back to using positive and negative. We've done some projects with positive and negative. Op art designs focus equally on positive and negative shapes. That's how they create the visual tension. There's a couple of artists here that I thought were hyperlinked, but they're not, that do a lot of experimentation. Also, perspective can be used. This is something very simple that we can draw. You know, we have done everything that it takes to draw this. We have done. We have alternated positive, negative shape. We have learned to, you know, put a vanishing point all the way. When you guys were doing the hallway, when y'all were sitting in the hallway, remember, like this is clear. This is literally, you know, that could easily have been the hallway, that wall. And then these are the ceiling lines, and this is the floor lines, and this is the wall lines. When I was in high school, I wish I should have brought it in. One of my favorite projects was this linear project. Linear op art also uses linear perspective. That's kind of what I was just showing you. You know, you put a focal point all the way down at that little square and, you know, draw your connecting lines just like you were doing perspective. So obviously elements that will appear smaller way at the back. We've already learned that. Things that are closer or larger, things that are in the middle are not as large, and things at the very back are very, very small. So I'm giving you a couple of options to create your own. You don't need to click, those of you that are at home, you don't need to click here for this slideshow because I just showed you. I just uploaded it on top. But I'm going to show you two very quick videos. I've got a couple of different options for you to do. And that's what we're going to be working on today. Or where's my sound? Okay, hold on. If y'all can see all these cords I have going on over here, I have a sound cord somewhere to plug it into something. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. Lord have mercy. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I have it a little too loud. My bad. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. I don't know why. Why? Have you ever seen the movie Gremlins? No? Well, it's kind of like a scary movie. It's not really scary, from the 80s, and these little critters come mess with everything all the time. I really think that's what happens in my world. All right. I think everybody in the classroom will be able to hear this when I press play, but those of you at home, you might not be able to hear it watching virtually, but obviously we have it all on our computers. So I'm just going to press play. It's about a 2-minute video. I'm going to show you two little videos. Can y'all kind of hear? Just make sure your back is pretty straight. We're measuring it out. If you don't have a pencil, you can use pen. Pencil is best though. Now
I'm going to draw two lines that run parallel to one side of the box. So one is going to go horizontal and one is going to go vertical. I'm just measuring them out here, but you can eyeball them. And then we're going to erase
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily need a
draw a
ruler.
diagonal line from the corner of the box to the opposite corner. And now we are just measuring out, and I'm going to draw some straight lines that end at that diagonal line. So you can measure them if you have a ruler, or you can eyeball and just kind of guesstimate so that they're sort of similar. Kind of do the best you can. Get it nice and straight. And this video is sped up a little bit, so you can take your time. Now we're going to fill in every other line. You can use a marker, you can use a colored pencil, you can use a crayon, you can use a pen. Anything you have will do here. A marker seems to work best. We're just going to fill it in, and we're going to do both sides. So those two lines that meet, and we're going to try to keep it as neat as we can. This is going to make a cool little optical illusion that looks like it's kind of down into space.
So obviously you get that. Now she's just gonna fill in every other one. I feel like I would have done a little different design on that. But and so the optical illusion is it's going down kind of like into this hole. You know what I mean? Like there's a hole in the paper and it's going down that way. So this is very easy. You know, everybody at home, you don't need a ruler to do this. You can eyeball it. But it has cool effects. You can color it in any type of marker or crayon or just your regular pencil. So that's a very, very simple. I mean, that's an easy one. But I also want to show you, I have one other video that is, oh yeah, hold on. So we're gonna click on this one. This one's I like this one better. That other one doesn't look so optical to me.
Today we're gonna make a fun op art design. So the first thing we're gonna do is cut our paper into a square and draw an X.
You just can draw a square in your paper.
And then we're going to draw a box around the center point. Erase the inside. And then we're going to divide it into 4 quadrants, that center box. Here I'm just making some marks, and I'm going to start drawing a line going all the way around, creating boxes
This is exactly
that get smaller as they move to the center. So you can use a straight edge or a ruler or whatever you have for this, and you're just drawing straight lines across the page from one diagonal of the X to the other diagonal of the X. So you stop at that diagonal line. I'm going all the way around, spinning my paper to make it easier. And I'm just eyeballing it here, but as I'm getting closer to the center, my lines are getting slightly closer together. So very slowly, you want to start making your lines get closer together. So we're just drawing straight lines all the way around. Once I'm done drawing my lines all the way around, I'm going to draw like a plus sign across my page. So I'm drawing a line down the center and across the center in the other direction. So where you have your box on your page, where you have that 4-quadrant box in the center, you're just extending the lines all the way across. So here now, I'm starting to fill in every other shape. So you can do this with a pen, a pencil, a crayon, a marker, really any material that you have. You can start filling that in.
I have some really good markers here too.
You might want to mark them out first in pencil so that you don't make a mistake with the marker. And
it's very similar to what we do with the fracture drawing. As soon as you get to another cell,
so I'm just kind of spinning my paper as I go.
And it just continues. And they're very cool.
Sketching it out, and then I'm just filling it in. And I'm spinning my page going around and around, filling in every other rectangle. So we're starting from the center, so my lines are kind of small. If you don't want your lines to be this tight, you can make your shapes a little bit bigger. It all depends on how much detail you want. So I'm using my marker and I'm just filling in every other shape. So you have to pay attention a little bit just to make sure that you don't color in the wrong box, but it gets very kind of meditative and relaxing, the spinning and coloring and keeping track. And you see it's starting to look a little wacky.
You could do the similar thing with curved lines and it would be like a spider web, but the spider web would be going like back into space. There's lots of options with this.
And really that's it. You just kind of keep doing
it. It looks complex, but it is very, very easy. Very, very easy. Let's skip her along. Do, 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 do. Love it, love it, love it. You don't necessarily have to do black. I have, you know, different colors. Or you at home, I mean, if you don't have any markers or crayons, pencil is fine. Like, really, woman? We don't want to watch you color all of it. So, very cool. You, I've showed you those two options. You're more than welcome to look up any type of op art designs. You can look them up on YouTube, Instagram, all your social media accounts. So you're working on this today through Tuesday, Wednesday. You're working on your Keith Haring projects. And most importantly, don't forget today you have 4 sketch assignments to upload. This is week 9. So in your sketchbook section, it says week 9 upload. So definitely upload your 4 sketches from this week. It's right there. You had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today, illustrating something tiny, really big. Ooh, like a tooth. All right, so if there are no questions, I'm going to stop live recording and